Hello everyone, I wanted to put together another video for you all as you're in the process of creating your very own PSAs and ads now. In this video, I'll be detailing how to go about creating a video PSA so you have this as an option as you develop your projects. Firstly, I think I should state what exactly a video PSA is before we do anything else. In short, a video PSA is a quick and short informational clip that is meant to raise the awareness of your audience about an important and specific issue. PSAs such as posters, flyers, and other visual mediums exist, and they're being shown on screen right now. And these are excellent ways to get your message across to an audience. So it's important to consider whether or not creating a video for your message is the right avenue for your issue. If you do feel like a video PSA is the proper avenue for your issue, then these next steps are important to consider as well. A good way to think about a video PSA is a cross between a standard company-based TV commercial and a riveting local news story. This cross between these two styles of videos is important to remember because video PSAs are meant to convey important information, spread awareness of an issue, and produce an ideological or behavioral change in the person watching the video. The popular saying, "Friends don't let friends drive drunk," actually originated from a video PSA campaign. And the saying itself has pierced into mainstream culture and become a popular format for jokes. So as you can see on the screen, I actually have an example of one of these jokes. Friends don't let friends skip leg day. Obviously, very different from the original message, but at least for me, when I see one of these memes or hear somebody say one of these jokes, I instantly think of the original message in that video PSA of "Friends don't let friends drive drunk." So even though now it's kind of evolved as kind of a popular joke format, the original message is still there, and that original intent hasn't been lost, because every time someone makes these jokes, it makes you think about the initial message. So there are 3 different types of video PSAs that I'll be introducing to you today. And I would recommend choosing from these 3 types since they're simple, straightforward, and they get your message across pretty well. The first type of video is called a spokesperson PSA. This PSA typically contains a person talking directly to the camera as they discuss the issue at hand and why it's important to take action. The fact that the person speaking is staring directly at the camera is important because it breaks the fourth wall and makes the viewer feel as if they're being directly spoken to, placing a sense of urgency and personal responsibility on the viewer to take action and learn more about the issue. These types of PSAs usually have high-profile celebrities as the person speaking directly to the camera, since that helps make the PSA more iconic and memorable in the eyes of the audience. However, this type of PSA still works incredibly well without a celebrity speaking, because the most important aspect of the PSA is still the information that's being presented rather than the person presenting the information. I've created a few of these PSAs myself, and I found them to work incredibly well when dealing with important and sensitive subject matter, since the tone is inherently serious thanks to the breaking of the fourth wall.
Why should I vote? Nothing ever changes. The system is rigged. Why bother? Whether you're trying to get dinner on the table after working a double shift, dropping baby off with grandma, or studying for exams, voting can feel like the furthest thing from your mind. You might even feel like it's just not worth it. But that's exactly what some people want you to think. The truth is, when we stay home, things stay the same or they get worse. But when we all vote, we get new ideas and new energy. We get leaders who share our values and listen to our voices. That's how we change America. And that's why it's so important to register right now and vote this November. And in every election, go to whenweallvote.org or text "We All Vote" to 97779 to get started, and know that your vote will make a difference. Be sure to get registered and get to the polls on November 6th.
The second type of video PSA is called the voiceover PSA. As you might have guessed from the name of this one, this type of PSA consists of images and/or videos being displayed across the screen as the audience hears a person's voice discussing the issue and how the images and videos being displayed relate to the issue being discussed. In this type of PSA, the person speaking never actually appears on the screen like they do in the spokesperson PSA. So it's important that the visuals being displayed on the screen have a powerful and lasting effect on the viewer when mixed with your words. Music can be played underneath the voiceover as well to help emphasize the tone of the PSA and add additional entertainment value.
The world is talking about coronavirus, but it's hard to know what to listen to. We have answers to your questions like, who's most at risk for coronavirus? People over 65. People with underlying medical conditions like heart disease, chronic lung disease, asthma, diabetes, people undergoing cancer treatment, and people with weakened immune systems. What should you do if you or a loved one is at higher risk? Avoid close contact with people. Avoid crowds. Stay home if you can. Wash your hands frequently. Learn more ways to protect yourself and others at coronavirus.gov. Together, we can help stop the spread.
The third type of video PSA is called the text-only PSA. This type of PSA is very similar to the voiceover PSA because they both involve a lack of people speaking directly to the camera and are primarily focused on editing. For this type of PSA though, there will be no person speaking at all. Rather, you will be conveying your information through the use of text that appears on the screen. It's important that you have visually compelling and interesting images that appear on the screen in addition to the text in order to keep the audience engaged. If your PSA consists only of a black screen with white text popping up throughout, then the likelihood of your audience feeling invested and actually wanting to take action is slim. This type of PSA can create a strong emotional response because of the way it combines words, images, videos, and music to create a video PSA that encourages people to take action as soon as possible. Now, the last thing I'd like to mention is that it's incredibly important to have a script written no matter which kind of video PSA you plan on doing. For the first two types of PSAs, having a written script helps immensely as you'll be able to know exactly what you're saying and why you're saying that ahead of time rather than trying to be spontaneous and form your thoughts in the moment while you're recording. A script containing the words that you want to appear on screen, what types of images/videos you want to include, and the timings of when they appear is also important for the text-only PSA. Additionally, having a storyboard developed can be helpful as well, so you know exactly what kind of visuals you plan on including ahead of time. A storyboard is most important in the spokesperson PSA, so you already understand the framing of your shot, what will be in the background of your shot, and just the overall visual composition of the video before you even go to shoot it. Other than that though, that's all that I have to share with you in this video, and I hope some of this information proves helpful to you, and hopefully I've encouraged some of you to go the route of a video PSA. If you have any questions about any of the information here or about anything else in the class, feel free to reach out to me via Canvas message or email, and good luck on your projects, everyone.